What's up, guys? It's your boy Josh Showtime, Showtime Fight Forum, and I'm with my other boy Josh. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling amazing. I'm excited to talk sports, boxing, all that great stuff.
Hey, man. Well, quick thing. How you feeling? Your Giants doing right now?
Feeling good about the Giants' moves that we made. I think that inside the trenches, we did exactly what we needed to do. We built up our offensive line with some key pieces, and then, of course, as you know, on the defensive side, we brought in Brian Burns. So right now on the defensive line, we're looking like on paper the best defensive line in the league. I think we compete with the San Francisco 49ers on that.
They don't
Just
have that
on
anymore.
paper, well, I don't know. You got Chase Young on one side,
Chase Young gone.
and where'd he go?
He's a free agent, and we actually got a visit for him. So yeah, he's a free agent. They also Armstead, whatever. He's gone. Like their D line is different. So y'all defense line is definitely better right now.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I did not know that. So, okay, on paper right now, yes, the Giants look good, but again, on paper has to be, you can only say so much. Excited to see Thibodeau. I hope maybe with Brian Burns in there, Thibodeau gets to shine. So excited, like I said, what we did in the trenches on both sides of the ball. I'd like to see, of course, what we do at quarterback, and I'd like to see what we do at safety.
Okay, well, I'm a Panthers fan, so I'm gonna keep this moving. So
Y'all made some moves.
we did make some decent moves, but we also got rid of our best DN, so and we have 0 right now. So I don't want to whatever. We're gonna obviously talk boxing, but it's not. It's kind of boxing, kind of. It's kind of boxing, kind of MMA.
It's boxing.
I mean, sure. It's just as much boxing as Jake Paul's, I guess. Oh snap! We got to talk about that too. I just realized that we didn't do that yet. Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. Now, let's go ahead and paint the scene real quick. Both are MMA fighters. Nate has a recent boxing match versus Jake Paul, where realistically he didn't look terrible. He did lose, but he didn't look awful. But you thought he won?
No, I thought he looked awful.
Okay. Let me be specific when I say good. He looked good for an MMA fighter. I don't think in the boxing realm. At the end of the day, all this is sideshows, man. Like all these guys will get slept versus decent boxers. But yet and still, like I thought he looked well for the competition for a guy that's bigger, younger, and realistically was set up to knock him out. And he is a punching bag, but that's how he fights in MMA. So it is what it is. And he doesn't have power. He just that's a whole nother conversation. And I'm gonna let you know this right now. Diaz has a lot of fans, so you say anything bad about him, they will be down in the comments talking a lot of trash, and it's fine because I don't care. I've already said it before. He's an elite lightweight MMA fighter, but he's the middest of mid when he fights 170 and above. He is average, average Joe. Okay, but anyways, yet and still. Let me also finish with Jorge. Jorge is also a good MMA fighter. Now, granted, he grew up street fighting, and we all know he came from the Kimbo Slice fights. He was street fighting just with him. Like he was like the prelim, basically, of the street fight. He is a boxer by, I guess, his own trade, he would call himself. But yet and still, we all know him for the knee that he gave Ben Askren. So, what did you think when you first heard the announcement? Because you heard it just like 5 minutes ago. And what do you think of the fight itself?
I like this fight, and I like the fact that this is in boxing. If this was a fight, honestly, I feel like in MMA, whether it's with the PFL or UFC, for whatever reason they bring it back for a legacy fight, I don't know. I don't think it would be as big of a turnout as it is going to be as a boxing one, because as you just mentioned, both these guys, even in their MMA days, yes, Nate Diaz did have a great ground game and so forth, but they were very well known for their striking abilities, as you just mentioned. Boxing is a striking sport, right? There's no kicking. So I think for what it is, two MMA fighters out of their prime, we probably would have loved to see them in their prime fight in MMA, but we
They did.
I mean, in their prime.
I mean, okay. Not at their best, but it was a little after their prime.
Fair enough. but two guys that have a name. Everybody, whether you're a boxing fan or a UFC fan or MMA fan, you know exactly who these two are. I think for what it is, it's enough for me to watch. Two guys, legend in the fight game, boxing, probably going to try to knock each other out. Nate Diaz probably was in there with Jake Paul to survive more so than to really, exchange. But I think this fight here, we'll see more exchanges. Street legends, gotta love it.
I mean, I am the exact opposite of you. I do not care about this fight. We've already seen him fight. Jorge beat the hell out of him and then busted his eye open. And it was for the BMF belt, the first. And The Rock gave him it was just such a freaking freak show. And now you got another one. I don't really get the purpose of this, man. Like, I don't care. I just don't. Both these dudes are washed. I don't care to ever see them personally fight again. I'm not the biggest fan of either one right now. Like, when they were in their prime heyday, they always brought on exciting fights. But, man, like, I'm so tired of seeing Nate Diaz literally catch brain damage and then, like, comes in with a late storm throwing pity-pat punches and then Stockton, fool, start slap you. Then does some stupid stuff. And then everybody's like, oh, Stockton, I'm so strong. Like, I'm so sick of it, man. Like, and then my biggest thing, cool, if you're going to have this fight, it is what it is. Acknowledge it's a freak show. Let's keep it pushing. We'll watch it, this, that, and the third. Because we're going to talk about Mike Tyson and Jake. Because at least theirs is free. At least we ain't paying for it. All right, we just already paying a subscriber. You about to make me pay $50 to watch two dudes who aren't professional boxers box? Who I genuinely don't care? Bro, you can get out of here with that. Sure. Will Josh watch it? Maybe. Am I paying for it? No. Never. You won't catch me paying. You ain't getting a cent. Okay? I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to go to a friend's house. I don't care if I'm over here listening through radio. I ain't paying for it. I'm telling you this right now. It ain't worth my money, and it barely is worth my time. I don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I'm in the same boat. I'm not paying $50 to watch this either. Probably hit a nice bar as well to watch this fight. But it is going to pique my interest at minimum. I'll at least for sure take time to watch the highlights.
We need to do a strike on these dudes, bro. If you are not a pay-per-view attraction for your sport, you should not be on pay-per-view. I'll pay to watch Tank. All right, he's a star. He's a superstar. I will pay to freaking see who else. If you're a champion like a Sean O'Malley, I will pay to see you fight. Why? Because you're a champion. You're a legit champ. You bring in dollars. Like, that is what. If you are a freaking, if you ain't got no belt and your skill level isn't elite, why am I paying for your services? Why am I paying for it? And if I am paying for your services, then it's not elite. Then it need to be McDonald's prices. I'm going to McDonald's when I want a dollar menu. When I want to pay $4 for something, that's what I'm going. If I want freaking filet mignon, I ain't going to McDonald's. I ain't paying that. I'm gonna pay the $50 or $100 and go to Gordon Ramsay's and then go ahead and pay that. This. Know your market and stop disrespecting us. All right, we already need to be in a recession. All right, housing prices are expensive. Milk costs $10. Eggs cost $8. Like, man, get out my face. $50 to watch Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. Man, you lucky we even talk about this, and I ain't even famous, and I don't even want to talk about y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rant, but that's just I'm annoyed, and I don't like I don't like Nate Diaz fans. They all ugly, and they don't even get women or men, whatever they like. I don't like them.
Yeah, like I said, this is not a fight that really piques too much interest, but it's interesting for what it is.
All right, well, that's all we got. That's all we got. At the end of the day, support it if you want, but if you're on my team, hey, you rocking with you. All right, but make sure you comment, especially comment if you don't agree. I don't care, because I'll argue with you, to death about this. But you can follow me on social media at Papa Showtime, Josh Showtime, whichever way you find me at. Josh, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at firstclass_Vias.
All right, man. Make sure y'all stay blessed, man, and don't be mad at me too much.